The new channel. The new channel. Hashtag TNC Now.
The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following shows are those of the host, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the new channel. Our passion transforms a community that sees all things new. I'm Carmie De Leon. I'm streaming live from Imus, Cavite, and you are watching the world premiere of Beautifully Connected CEOs. Hi again, welcome back. You are watching Beautifully Connected CEOs. And the first episode is very special. And you know why? I was praying and then suddenly this name popped out and now she's here. Everyone, let's all welcome a beautiful soul, a beautiful lady, Miss AJ Rocero.
Hello everybody! Magandang hapon, magandang tanghali, good day to everybody from all over the world. Hello sister!
Hello, sis. Thank you. Thank you for joining me on my first episode. This is very meaningful to me. Sabi nga natin, di ba, sometimes less planning, less preparation, and we just lift it. We ask for heavenly intervention. And I believe that this is happening. Beautifully Connected CEOs is an offshoot of my book, Beautifully Connected. So we want to amplify the message of good healthy living, good relationships, meaningful connections, and this is why we're here. So, Sister AJ, I know we know each other very well, pero I'd like to give the floor to you so that you can tell the audience who AJ really is.
Thank you so much sis. I'd like to just say you are radiating, you're glowing in your pink dress ha.
The Barbie look.
The Barbie look, yeah. So ako po ay, if whenever I'm asked, tell me, describe yourself. In my journey to life, I think I can describe myself in uh, one sentence. I'm living a life of purpose and using my God-given talent to make a difference in the world. And so, professionally, I am a digital transformation leader. I am the managing and executive director of a nonprofit organization which is focused on the real estate and technology with a vision and a mission to be able to digitalize the real estate industry. So we make the buying, selling more efficient. And on the side, I have also my own business. I am the CEO and founder of Unicorn DMS. It is a consultancy marketing services. And in terms of my community work, I am the one of the board of directors for our community here and in the subdivision. And then I'm also a speaker and a host. I am part of the Toastmasters International, And so I do a lot of hosting. That's my passion, and speaking engagements as well. And I'm a sales and leadership mentor. So that's it about me.
And you are still willing to accept a lot of things, right? And
Yes,
to
correct.
learn new things and
I
to
forgot to mention, sis, I'm also a sustainability advocate. So it's for the Swan.
yes, yes. So we have this Sustainability World Act now. It's called SWAN, and we established this early this year. It's
Yes,
just that we are kind of busy, all of us, but one common denominator, we're all passionate, so we will find time. And you'll hear from us very soon about SWAN. So, and aside from that, see, sis, I know that you also represent a lot of products, no, from your friends, businesses, a natural salesperson, di ba? Sabi nga natin, kapag the blood if it's in your blood, it's very natural and it becomes your advocacy.
that is correct. Yeah,
Parang
it runs in the blood.
aha, aha. So that's why siguro ang question ko, how did you go that far? Because you started, when I met you, you started as an operations and sales director. I remember pagkausap kita, sis, I need a venue, I want to do this event. Sasabihin mo lang, let's talk, and then that's it. Very,
Uh,
very easy to talk to and very creative, very innovative. Now, paano napunta dun sa advocacy mo na digital transformation, connecting people, making it easier for everyone? Parang you're too young to think of advocacy. Yun ang dapat nating baguhin, that you don't need to get old before you help
mm-hmm,
others.
mm-hmm. That's thank you for the question, sis. Listening to you, parang there's a lot of things going on in my mind, and I look at parang I wanted to look back and tell a little bit of a story of yung journey ko. Kasi I remember when I was young, bata pa lang ako, mahilig na ako makipag-usap sa tao. I like to be connected. Mahilig na akong magbenta. Alam mo yun? I think all of us, without us knowing it, everything kasi in life is sales eh, di ba? Kasi sales is like selling an idea, selling a product, selling a service. So I remember at a young age, siguro nakuha ko sa parents ko, sa mom and dad ko, I would parang sell ice candy. I wanted to do and sell something during summer to make my time more productive, no? And then as I was as I was growing up, nung nasa high school ako, parang I was exposed to building self-confidence. I was into modeling, I was into public speaking.
Oh,
So
you
siguro,
did modeling then.
yes, I did modeling then, even if I'm not that tall, di ba? So self-confidence lang talaga. And then, um, so I gained the confidence. At first, my stage fright ako, and then overcome ko siya. And then I wanted to always parang uh, be the first to raise my hand pag may recitation. So I really like to talk, and then I saw myself nung nasa college na ako. I took up engineering, and then later on I even had to try political science, and then ended up graduating with a degree of computer science, no. And then so it was parang a transition, and then when I graduated, I got a job from a school, Immaculate Heart of Mary College, as an instructor, as an
Mhm.
educator. So yun, I was able to build my connection with different ages, sis. Bata,
Right,
of course,
right.
mga magulang, mga teacher. And then I decided to change my career after, teaching for a year. Although it's my passion, kaya lang it doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately, Kaya nananawagan po ako, so kailangan kong itaas ang sweldo ng mga teachers.
Oh
So,
yes, that's true. That's true because you need to also balance, 'di ba? Yung needs mo versus your passion, and sometimes you were able to divert it but in a good way naman. You're educating the corporate world, 'di ba? But again, going back to that, kung walang teachers, wala pong executives, walang doctors,
correct.
walang lahat, walang architects, walang engineers. So, it starts with, and salute to all the doctors. I have a friend, to the teachers, I have a friend na sabi ko, sis, very noble yung job mo. Walang doktor na gagamot sa atin, walang lawyer na magtatanggol if you are not a teacher. Kung walang teacher or educator na kagaya mo.
Correct.
But yes,
Oo.
but going back to your story, sis,
Oo. So
we have
sis,
something in common, sis. Pareho tayong mommy's trainee. 'Di ba? Yung magiging salesperson, I think our moms really mentored us in a way na sige, try this, and yung confidence mo habang nagbi-build ka ng confidence, well, nakikita mo that you're becoming a better person. Sabi mo, you really like talking to people. You started selling at a young age. I bet you got that from your mom. You were beautifully connected with your mom, di ba?
yes, very much. Also, my dad also, kasi my dad was from an insurance company eh.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
pareho
okay.
silang may influence sa akin. So,
Right.
and even if I left, sabi mo nga sis, parang even if I had left the academe, parang natuloy ko pa din yung passion ko sa teaching kasi when I joined the BPO, so I started from the bottom up. So, kasi when I want something, I really put my heart and soul to it. And I have developed a discipline na at a certain time dapat na-achieve ko na tong goal na to.
Mhm.
So I think if there's anything I wanted to share with everybody, and I'm also learning it from other successful people na mga CEOs no na parang they really target focus na pag ganitong ito yung goal, this is what needs to be done, and that's how you make it happen. So hindi lang siya goal, pero it has to be supported by action.
Right. It's good to have a goal, no? It's good to have ambitions, dream big, but it's important na you take courage, 'di ba? Try to really explore different avenues and consistently do not stop. Sabi mga courage and confidence, 'di ba, helped you grow from the ranks. So, pero
Yes, yes.
mahirap 'yon, sis. What if you feel like frustrated when things are not happening according to your plan? How do you handle it?
Um, One of the things I wanted to share is two things. No, first is I think the power of the mind and the power of prayer. Dapat magkasama siya. So I would have to say I've been through a lot of challenges and difficulties, especially with the death of my parents. No, when my dad and my mom died, it was hard for me to pick up myself again and do continue to live a life of purpose. Kasi parang pag dumating dun sa buhay mo na nawala yung pinakamamahal mo, parang it's so difficult to move on. So anyway, 2 years ago, that was my that was my that was my how would I say it? That was my status. Parang I
At
didn't
the
know how to
biggest
move on.
heartbreak.
Oo, sis, I didn't know how to move on. But you have to fight your you have to fight your, we call it demons, no? Kasi parang inside,
Right. The negativities, the negative thoughts.
the negative thoughts. So what I have learned really is the importance of turning challenges into opportunities. And I have been kasi also studying coaching. And sa coaching kasi meron kaming tinatawag na saboteurs and sage. Yung saboteurs, that's the your personality that sabotages you to achieve what you want. So you have to deal with your saboteurs in the sense na you have to identify and accept na ganito yung weaknesses mo. Okay, and this is what you need to do to be able to overcome your weaknesses. So you help yourself. So basically, that's how I have been dealing with life difficulties and challenges. And I think at the end of the day, when you turn challenges into opportunities, then things turn positively for you. Pero if
Right.
you focus on the negative, then negative things happen.
Right. So sometimes we have difficulties, we face challenges, is maybe because it's a call to be more humble.
Mm-hmm.
God is calling us to be more humble, take a look at our life, reassess, and then reset. So perhaps instead of looking at the problem, look at the other blessings that we have. And so, how do we turn it around? How do we make it better? No, so and that alone gives you enough reason to move on. Maybe look at your family as your inspiration. Look at the past history. Like I have been to this situation, I was able to overcome that many years ago. So it's time. So it's about looking back and then sabi mong, I really like it, the power of your mind, that you can do it, that you can, you know, overcome your emotions. Because if you submit to your emotions, that's so difficult, diba? But you have to regain your confidence, and then the power of prayer, because it's not all in the mind. Sometimes people say it's all in the mind. No, you have to pray, because
Mm-hmm.
there's a big God out there, that when we are so weak, He is with us. He's holding us. So,
Uh-uh.
and that made you a better person. Look at you now. You're willing to
Yeah,
accept all the challenges. Yung parang you will tell the world, okay, I've been there, done that, so I can do everything. And there goes your beautiful connections. I'm sure a lot of friends help you, your relatives, your sisters. You're very close to your sisters. And of course,
that's
your loved one, your special someone, di ba? So,
mm,
you go back to your connections, you go back to your family and friends. And aside from, just keeping in mind that you're a good person, you can do it, always pray. Kasi
that's
sometimes, doon na lang you just submit everything and then wait. Wait until things are happening. So,
mm-hmm.
ibig sabihin sis, now looking back, no, you have the history na, and you can tell that story to someone or to your friends na nangangailangan ng help. So right now, maybe a lot of people are struggling, may mga questions na ba't nangyari to? This shouldn't happen, 'di ba? Because I did my best and then eto yon. Well, bad things happen to good people po. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to fight the good fight. Sabi ni AJ, you had to fight the demons in your mind, and you can
Mm.
only overcome that through prayer.
That's very true, sis. Oh, and then I just wanted to add on to what you mentioned about um, you have to um, experience it so that you can also you have stories to tell, and I
Share
think
it,
that's
yeah, share it
that's the most
afterwards.
powerful thing. Oo.
Yeah.
So may mga lahat tayo may mga kanya-kanyang challenges and difficulties in life, 'di ba?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
pero I think it's important for us to learn from it and share the story for other people to learn from it, so that they don't have to go through life, if they
Yes,
can
yes.
avoid it, diba, sis? Also,
And that is the reason why we're here, no? If you can connect the dots, no? Looking back, it happened to me. Yeah, it hurt. It gave me pain, but now I'm a stronger person, and I will tell this to somebody. So that's in new life we call it God's story, diba? That's my
mm-mm,
God story, because God was with me all the time. And this is why siguro you are into different advocacies now.
yes,
Yung
mm-mm,
parang 'pag nakakita ka ng opportunity to help, you don't say no. Because ako din, 'di ba, yung until such time na talagang wala ka ng energy, you rest. But if you can do things, why not, 'di ba? That's where we get the strength na parang you refuel every time you help, you share. Pero eto
alam mo,
yung
totoo yan, sis.
Ah,
Go ahead. Na I was just gonna say, akala natin, 'di ba, kapag nakakatulong tayo, we're doing them a favor. Actually, ang totoo pala noon, it's, when we help others and it makes us feel good, they're the ones doing us a
yeah.
favor. 'Di ba,
That's
sis?
true. Na-remember ko yan, our friend Romel Rico, I hope he's
Ah,
watching. He said, he told me, bestie, akala mo I'm doing you a favor by helping you. You're helping me. It's good for my
mm-mm.
mental health. So, bear in mind, every time we help and we share ourselves, nakakatulong po ito sa emotions natin. We become more empathic, we become more stable, we can handle stress better. Hindi yung nag-isolate tayo and we try to gain a lot from anyone, di ba? It's all about sharing. At saka
Mhm,
sis ngayon, and this is the reason why TNC is very active in telling the stories and sharing positive experiences. When you look at the social media, sister, parang we're condoning the bad things in life, 'di ba?
mhm,
Shortcut, the values are lost already. No, but it's good to be modern, yeah, use the
mhm,
technology, but we don't lose those values we got from our parents and the lessons that we learn from everyday life, especially sa corporate, no? It's easy na maging bad na lang eh. Kasi ang sasabihin mo, you can always say, look at your productivity. 'Di ba? That's it. But if you look at the person, you don't understand the person's issues, you don't try to help, it doesn't work that well, 'di ba? Kaya nga we're
very
beautifully connected.
mhm.
That's why I'm looking at people like you, beautifully connected CEOs that can always reach out to people.
Oo.
And
So, can I just share something, sis? I think it's very important to have a mentor along the way.
mhm.
And we're talking about beautifully connected. I think take advantage of the opportunity na for our young people, no? Take advantage of the opportunity that you get to meet people that can mentor you. And
Uh-huh.
don't be afraid to ask them, can you mentor me? Can you be my mentor? Can you help me? And sometimes you don't even have to say the word mentor, sis, ano? Parang, pag may
Just
nakita
reach
ka na,
out.
oo, pag may, like ikaw, I know you also do a lot of mentorship with even with your previous mga employees, no? So,
Right.
yeah, very important yun na you have somebody that you can learn from. And
Yeah,
in
I'm
return,
sure
you also pass on that learning.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will feel morally obligated to help anyone. In Facebook, I get messages, "Mami, question ako about my husband." Talaga naman na, and I really take time to answer. I'll be happy to answer that. Di ba? Kasi siguro sabi nila, do you experience this? Because of course, that's natural. Then they can
Mm-mm,
relate. Sometimes kasi people will always feel alone na lang na, okay, I'll handle this all by myself. But you can try.
mm-mm,
No, you can try. And if you fail, try again. But sabi nga ni AJ, we are here. We are available. And take
mm-mm,
advantage of shows like this where you can, get some fresh insights, positive thoughts, and good stories. We're not saying that we're perfect, but we're trying to improve on a day to day. We don't try to prove ourselves anymore, but we still improve and we help in whatever way we can do, no. Ang help
mm-hmm.
kasi sis, hindi naman financial palagi. So
Correct.
it can be like a listening ear, di ba? If you have a friend who can offer that, take care of your friend na ganon, na hindi lang naman laging material things, no?
Mm-mm,
Eh,
mm-mm,
siguro at this point, we know what matters most. It's
mm-mm,
your relationship. No? And
mm-mm.
eto naman, question ko, sis. What about in the workplace? I'm sure even if you're a nice person, you're soft-spoken, di ba? You also can get, how do I call it? Misinterpreted, misconstrued, or sometimes people will talk behind you. How do you handle that?
Mm, mm. Well, hindi talaga maaalis yun, so especially when you're holding high position, an executive position. you can expect that when you're an executive, no matter how good you treat your people, they would always have something to say about you. So I think
Mhm.
it's very important that if somebody tells you and is concerned, 'di ba, na bigyan ka ng feedback, then take it and then learn from it. Baka meron namang may valid point naman siya. So, have a self-reflection. But at the same time, I think it's also very important na when you are an executive, you keep in mind that you are not there to please people. You are there to do your job. So you have to wear many hats. There are instances that you have to be a bad cop. What does it mean? Bad cop means you have to get people to get on their toes and do their job. Because if you don't do that, then the business is not going to grow. So I think it's very important na you stand your ground. Na if you have to make difficult decisions, that is because you care for your people and you care for the company. So it's very important to have that um, borderline, na you know when to be good and you know when to be wear a hat of a bad cop and get people to do their job.
Yeah. I call it ano sis, I call it care to confront. If you care, if you care, dare to confront. Because some leaders would always say,
Correct.
"Okay, I will not tell this because it might hurt him or her."
Mhm.
But hurting him for now, like at this moment, is okay when the person will learn. Rather than you just keep that wrongdoing and then later on you will say okay goodbye because it's your
Mm-mm.
job to correct the person. So as a leader, as AJ said, you're not there to please but to serve the company or serve the person, make the person better, make the situations
Correct.
better. And if it has to be hard words, then be it. But you can always deliver it in a nice way. Diba? The
Oo.
sandwich approach, good, bad, and good. Na like, it's good. I know that you're like this, but this is something that you need to improve. Let's work on this otherwise. But rest assured, I'm here and everything will be fine. I'm going to help you. So you need to be more assertive. And going back to what you mentioned, is confident and courageous. I think one more thing that I noticed in you is that you assert yourself. You communicate. If there's something that you don't like, you say it, but you say it in a nice way. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's in a matter of saying things, no?
Correct.
We Filipinos are so timid, like I don't wanna say this. I'll just like I need a raise, but I will not tell my boss. Actually, you can. You can, but list down all your accomplishments. Sir, ma'am, I want a raise because this is what I've achieved. But you have to say it in a nice way and you have to back it up with justifications. And
Correct.
AJ mentioned, if it has to hurt you, then I will tell you. And it's okay. And you have to be consistent.
Mm-hmm. That's very
Walang
true.
favorite, di ba? Walang favorite na yung isa hindi pinapagalitan. Yung isa palagi na lang, di ba? You will also not feel good if that's the case, di ba?
Mm-mm. Correct. And I think, being a leader, kasi it doesn't work na nowadays is yung boss na leader, 'di ba?
Right,
Especially when
right.
you're working with millennials because they speak their mind also and they know what to do. So
Yeah.
I think it's very important na when you're a leader, you also empower. 'Di ba? Kasi tayo, now that we are, kumbaga, we had to go through that eh. Somebody believed in us, somebody empowered us, and that's why
Right,
we're
right.
now leaders. So very important na as a leader, you know how to empower your people.
Yeah, so, but why do you think there are people who really cannot trust others or who really cannot empower? Ano kayang problem doon, di ba?
Okay. Kasi I also believe sis na hindi naman lahat are born to be leaders eh. May kanya-kanya kasi tayong calling eh. So, if that person doesn't want to be empowered, then I think, he might be good in something else.
No,
And
but I'm
so,
talking about I'm talking about leaders who cannot empower people, who will just be the boss.
leaders na sila.
They will dictate. Yeah, they will dictate. Like, and it's so pathetic because it affects the people, di ba, under that leader. So, apparently, that person was empowered in the past, but now that the person is a leader, that person is having difficulty empowering others, no?
I'm glad you asked that question, sis. Oo. That's why it's important yung continuous training and development when you're a leader. Kasi nga, not everybody are born leaders. So, kaya
Mhm.
kailangan na i-support sila with the proper training and development. Kasi
Right.
yung iba na promote dahil siguro of a good performance pero lacking in leadership skills, hoping that that person will develop it along the way. Pero yung iba talaga, they don't have the empathy. They probably have a different how would I say it? They lived in a different environment, maraming mga factors. So that's why it's
Mhm.
important na i-support ng company na i-train sila, i-develop sila. Kasi
Right.
eventually, kung talagang that that's what they want, they really wanted to lead, they will see themselves improving. Pero kung hindi sis, baka hindi talaga siya para dun sa posisyon na yon.
Yeah, and someone has to see that, di ba? Someone has to see that if it's not the boss of that person, maybe a colleague can also raise things. No, this is the best time for us to be more open and
Mhm.
like if you're not part of the solutions, you're part of the problem. So if you feel like there's a leader not really empowering or her people, then maybe as a colleague you can raise this, or maybe you can tell the boss of that person to mentor this person because I noticed it's like this. So just be more proactive because otherwise it becomes a toxic environment. No, the
Mhm.
culture will really be a toxic culture, and company depends on, di ba, strategies nga. Culture eats strategies for breakfast. So regardless of how strategic you are, if there's a very toxic environment, di ba, people will always leave. And yun ang gusto nating i-correct ngayon, sis. We don't need to be a burden to anyone. Di ba? Our
Mhm.
role is to make everyone successful. Like when I go to one company, my role is to make my boss successful. My role is to make my people successful. Because we
Correct.
lead to serve. We lead with love and we lead to serve. No?
Correct.
And
Correct.
it takes a great mindset and continuous learning. No? So,
Correct.
pag may training, a lot of people will say, I know that already. No. You excite yourself, di ba? Like, listen, learn because this is another speaker. The execution may be different. There might be some stories that you have not heard. The mindset kasi is really important. No? Like,
That's very true.
and tayo, siguro because we're interested to one another, we become more interesting. Like pag si AJ nagsasalita, "Oh, ano 'yan? What about it? What's this about?" It's
Mm-mm.
technology. It's not really my interest, but I also want to learn. In the same manner na when I say, "Oh, this is about health." Okay, sister, what's that? 'Di ba you're more interested and I will be more encouraged to talk more about it.
That's very true. Kasi, ano rin I think it's, how would I say it? It's symbiotic relationship.
Right, right. We
Diba?
are interdependent.
Correct, correct. And that, yun nga, going back to your, beautifully connected. Kasi I also believe that birds of the same feather flock together. So, and it's also very important to surround yourself with
With the right
people.
people.
Correct. With people who are positive, with people who help you grow,
Mhm.
who with people who are honest to you,
Right.
diba? Who can be true to you. So, yun, very important yun, sis, na parang hindi lang nandyan yung kaibigan mo when things are good, but also
Uh-huh.
when things are difficult, diba? So, yun yung
Right.
mga totoong beautiful connection, I would say.
Yeah, so again, it's not in the frequency of your gimmick, 'di ba? Clubbing and
Correct.
all, bonding.
Mhm.
Sometimes you don't see each other, but you know this person, you can really trust and rely on that person. So
Correct.
it's the soul that's connected. And as you said, stay with these people who can make you grow, make you better. and shy away from people that are not helping you, di ba? And
Correct.
there's no shame in saying, I'm done. I'm done. We're not for each other. There's no shame in saying that because you need to move
Correct.
on, di ba?
That's
You know, sis,
agree 100%.
and then going back to that again, live life with gratitude. Look at what you have. You still have friends. You still have your family. You still have everyone to support you. And sometimes nga, it's God's way of telling you, this is what I want for you.
Alam mo na, I totally agree with that, sis. Pero also, I think very important din na, ano, kasi, alam mo yung ano ko, sis, parang na-experience ko, kasi there's a lot of, um, parang people na who go through depression, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
And kapag depressed ka kasi, it becomes difficult to pray. So that's where the connection with good people comes in.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you have a friend, I think it's very important to check them out, to check on them, and
Mm-hmm.
to connect with them and ask them, how are you doing? Kasi you'll never know. Meron kang masasave na isang tao dun sa simple, how are you mo. Na, kasi, ano yun sis parang, di, hindi lahat ng tao na nag-go through ng depression would feel the same way as us. Kasi ano yan, it takes a lot of faith.
Mm-hmm.
Um, even if you're going through a lot of things, you can still pray. It takes a lot of faith. So, tayo na can do that, I think we have to help talaga others, to influence others to pray in the most difficult time. Kasi it's not easy.
Yes, yes. And we're privileged, we're blessed that we are more, resilient than others. And that is why we need to share this
Mm,
energy, this positive energy. And you know what you
correct.
can do? You just say hi. Hi, hello sis, hello brother, how are you? You just
Mm-mm.
one text and you never know what will happen next.
Totoo
I
yan.
experienced that sis. They will suddenly text me and say, Carmi, thank you for texting me. I'm going through this, and then we will chat. And that's a
Correct.
very, a simple act like that, simple act of kindness. You just, even if you're busy, it's your breather. Like, how are you, sis? Before you know it, the person is really confiding.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Correct.
let's help one another because it's really hard days, and
Mm-mm.
it will be harder. It's
Alam mo sis, naniniwala ka ba na in the power of vibration? Pag
yeah,
may, di
yeah.
ba, yung minsan na parang
Sometimes you
bigla mo
think of
may
the name, you think of the person,
exactly, no? Na parang minsan bigla mo may isip, parang gusto kong tawagan si ganito,
mhm,
yung friend mo na gano'n, no? Tapos,
follow your
um,
instinct.
o yun pala, gusto ka rin yan makausap. Kasi nung
Right.
tumawag ka, oh, you know what, I was supposed to call you. Yung gano'n. So, listen to your
Yeah.
intuition, no? Listen to
Tayo,
your intuition.
tayo ganon, di ba? When you say, hi sis, kamusta? I was just thinking of you. Like last night, I have a Singaporean friend. He is Mag. I'm not sure if you met her. So, she texted me. Every time she'll text me, I will reply, I was just thinking of you. It's
Uh,
really true because sometimes they just, with your busy day, suddenly may name, and then, I will pray for them. I hope they're
mm-hmm.
okay. Lord bless them because you never know what's the
Correct.
situation is, what the
Mm-mm.
situation is. So, and that's why we have to be more sensitive, more empathic, more caring to one another. Life is so hard, but not that hard if we have people around us.
Correct.
And remember that we have a
Amen.
God always there. Our God is always there, always
Yes. Yes.
online,
Correct.
always
Correct.
beside us. Yeah. So, sis, I have last question. What about in your personal relationship? No? Because you're busy and sometimes people will always say I have to choose or sacrifice between my family, my loved one and my career. Because in my case I don't believe it. I will have to engage my husband to understand what I'm doing so that he can be more supportive. What
Mm-hmm.
about you? What's your secret? Because I know Gary has been so helpful and engaged. How do you how do you manage that, and how can you Well, what's your tip to everyone?
Yeah, I think it's katulad ng sinabi mo, sis. I think it's important na to be a partner, with the person, your better half, to be partners in everything, no? So like for us, we're partners in business, we're partner in life. So that's why most of the time lagi kami magkasama kasi nga,
Yeah.
in everything that we do, we would like to be able to achieve it together. So I think
Because others will say, swerte ka lang because you have husband or a boyfriend like that. But
supportive, oo.
it's also where that's true, no, partly true, but there's also an effort. And for me, maybe make them understand what you're doing, and when they see that this is valuable, this is of value to you, and you are enjoying it, and if that person loves you, definitely the person will support you. So pag
Oo,
hindi kayo support, hindi kayo love.
at saka sis, natututunan ko talaga din yung siguro yung respect of each other's space, no?
Mhm.
So, syempre iba-iba naman tayo ng sitwasyon, ng circumstance, but I think it's very important to respect each other's
That's
space, to
true,
respect
that's true.
each other's interests. So, yun. So, once, I know it's easier said and than done, pero very important din sa yung communication.
That's
Diba,
true, yes.
with your
And you
partner,
stop,
just like
maybe
you
you
said.
stop demanding. You stop demanding, you start communicating. You know, when you demand, um, they will tend to shy away and say, no, it's not,
Mm-mm.
that's not what I want. But when you just show something, be more caring, and then engage the person naturally, then it becomes more, it's a lot easier. No pushing. You pull them closer to your thing, to your advocacy. Yeah. And going
Agree.
back, sis, you have something big happening. Maybe you can invite everyone.
Yes, we'd like to invite everybody. Kami po ay magkakaroon ng expo. So this is the Real Estate Brokers Association of the Philippines, in partnership with PropTech Consortium of the Philippines, will
Mhm.
have the REAP Expo on September 8 to 10 at SMX Mega Mall. Sa Mega
Uh-huh.
Mall. And then, meron po kaming panel discussion about property and technology. We're going to discuss what are the new technologies in the real estate. It's gonna happen on September 9 at 3 p.m. So, visit the website po ng Rebap, and we'll also share more details. Thank you.
Wow, I want to be there. I want to go,
Yes,
sis.
yes,
And
yes.
meet
Oo,
your
sige.
friends.
Please come. Oo, punta po kayo, TNC.
Yeah. Yes, Apple and team.
Subscribers.
Let's go there. And by the way, sis, I'd like to greet Christine. Christine is my former marketing officer.
Hi,
Um,
Christine. I remember her.
has her own company. She's a digital marketer, and this person, when you see her, she's like you, very soft spoken but silent worker, and I'm happy to see her now. And a lot of colleagues in the past, when I see them, I'm so proud of them. No, and that's why we're still beautifully connected. We don't end the
Correct.
relationship; it keeps going. No, and
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
before we end, I'd like to say happy birthday to my daughter-in-law, Diane. Uh, the
Happy
new mom.
birthday, Diane. Yeah.
Sa family, apat na kami. So, and
Saya. Daming babies.
his daughter also celebrated her birthday. And maraming August. And very active ang family ngayon kasi ang daming kids. Kaya, nako
Oo, ang
sis,
saya. Ang saya.
you have to
Hindi,
visit me soon.
oo, sis, hindi natatahimik ang bahay, na.
That's true. That's true. So, thank you so much, sis. And I'm so
Thank
happy
you,
that we're able to
sis.
hear a lot of things. I-recap ko lang yung mga sinabi mo. Ang sabi mo kanina, get a mentor. Get a mentor. Feel free to look up to someone, and if you can reach out to that person, a good example will always be beneficial for your growth. And
Agree.
confidence and courage. If you have a dream, push and go on, and speak up, And the power of the mind and prayer, you said kailangan parehong gawin yan, di ba?
Correct. Mm-mm.
And fight it out. Fight your emotions. Fight the negative thoughts.
Correct.
And grow in gratitude. And then look at opportunities instead of challenges. No, these are opportunities in disguise. It looks like a problem, but it's an opportunity for you to be better.
Correct.
And be aware of your weaknesses. It's okay. We're not perfect. May weakness tayong lahat. But if you're aware, you can manage it, you can improve it. And then
Mm-mm.
keep on learning and keep on serving. We're not here to please, but to serve the world. Yon. Empower people. You are given the power so that you can share that kind of power and empower and trust and respect others. Importante yon. So sister, salamat. Thank you so much. And to
It's my pleasure,
everyone,
sis.
ang galing mo talaga magbuena mano, sis. So next time, we will have more, we'll feature more CEOs like you, faithful, powerful, empowering. So thank you everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, everybody.